Bing.
When I was a kid, online gaming was sweeping the nation. It was a hot new invention right off the Silicon Valley press, and well, you better believe I was a part of it. More importantly, however, the online gaming that I did the most was on Xbox Live. This is a tribute to the Xbox 360, the console that defined countless kids in my generation. We begin in 2009, a time full of Call of Duty, and a 3-year-old me who was just introduced to the world of video games through my dad's old Xbox 360. My dad would let me use his Xbox 360 and I would play basically anything besides 18 games, which was understandable since, well, I was a fucking child. So my first foray into the world of shooters was through Halo 3, and I played the ever-living shit out of that game. My Halo phase is a dark one, but I have memories from it that could never be replicated. It taught me values, a couple naughty words that I may or may not have been hearing, so don't tell mum or dad, okay? This is between you and me. But over time, my urge to play Call of Duty was growing immensely. It was that game that was off limits at all costs, the one forbidden fruit in a sea of wants and needs. And my dad, after a while, gave in and said I could play one game of the newest Call of Duty at the time, Black Ops 1. And well, unfortunately, my dad set a lifelong obsession in my tiny autistic 3-year-old brain, and I was hooked to Call of Duty, like a moth to a flame. It was a game I had so much fun in, and not to mention, I was great at it. I mean, I was a fucking pro. I was like an MLG gamer. I was doing 360 no-scopes. Look at this. This is a real 360 no-scope from the time I played Call of Duty. See? Real.
Let's go, headshot!
After a while, multiplayer was getting quite samey to me, so I decided to switch from multiplayer to a little-known game mode. Zombies. And well, I thought multiplayer was my obsession, but clearly I hadn't scraped the fucking surface.
The best zombies map of all time.
Kino the Tone, Black Ops 1. I froze in fear. My first time playing, I just let a zombie kill me slowly. I was so scared. But I was intrigued. I was mortified, but also alert in this strange cloud of ambiguity. I loaded another game up, put my big boy pants on, and explored the starting room.
Here, and this is a first room challenge that I did on Keynote or Toad.
I picked up the M14 off the wall and started mowing down the zombies, and after that moment, I was in love with the game. Which in result started a lifelong obsession. I think I've mentioned this before. Zombies was a big obsession for me in my brain. I think Xbox was really all about the games for me as a kid. It wasn't until I got a little bit older I discovered game chat and party chat and the whole social aspect, really. I was doing a lot of arbitrary things in response to the whole social aspects of Xbox Live. I was about 4 when I discovered a little known game, which was Minecraft. And I got my parents to get me a copy of it for the Xbox 360. I popped my copy in the 360, started my survival world, and it felt empty. I mean, like, I enjoyed it, but I felt I was missing my friends, people to play with. So I learned how to use the Xbox Live feature and added some people I knew and some people I met online. And those days, man, those days were some of the best of my life. Playing 360 Minecraft with new and old friends felt surreal, and a moment in time only held by memories past. I mean, the gameplay and conversations complemented each other like a lobster and fine butter. I mean, it's like when you're playing a really good game of Lethal Company with your boys, and shit just starts getting like philosophical, or some guy in the fucking corner spamming his soundboard, and trust me, they like to spam their soundboard. But it really made me the person I am today. I mean, these memories, like these, as wholesome as they were, are what shaped me into a fun, happy-go-lucky guy. And this is one of the reasons gaming was and still is so important to me. I mean, recently, I've been having moments where I realize I'm not having that much fun gaming online. I mean, it's been really hard to come to terms with the idea that gaming, something that I've been doing as a hobby for so many years now, isn't exactly the landscape I left it, and I knew, and I loved, and it's not the same anymore. But the one thing that makes me happy is that I can sit back and know, at least in my mind, that there are kids out there like me when I was younger who are having a blast with newer games and making memories that are similar to my own. And when you have good memories like those, it's really hard to lose them. They stick in your brain for years, and sometimes when you least expect it, they come back in weird little flashes. which I guess is the definition of nostalgia, but I wouldn't fucking know. I'm not Einstein. I don't know. Xbox is and will always be my favorite console of all time, and one of my favorite childhood pastimes. I mean that and Filthy Frank and YouTube in general, but that's unrelated. It shaped my youth and made me fall in love with gaming, and I hope maybe I can get an experience like that again in the future. I've been having fun with Lethal Company, but no game can ever rebuild what I had with the 360. I mean, that machine, it was just different. It felt different. It had its own identity. You could speak to your friends through the party chat, and you could play some epic games, you know? Not Fortnite epic games, but some actual epic games. I mean, you had the Minecraft, you had Call of Duty, you had all these games that built an incredible catalog. Something that you were proud of almost, you know? If you said in your schoolyard that you played Minecraft, you were popular. You were like the cool kid, you know? You were like, oh, you're allowed to play Minecraft and you're allowed to go on the pie chat and say the naughty words really quietly so your parents can't hear. That's epic. That's awesome, dude. But if I don't get the memories that I did back at all, or relive any of those memories with a newer game, it's all right, because at least it happened, and nothing in this world can take that away from me. Nostalgia is a bitch, and it really makes you think about things in a completely different way. And trust me, I know from experience that nostalgia can make you see things in maybe a happier light than it was, or maybe it makes you think back to a time that really wasn't that exciting. But I think the thing that makes it happy for us when we look back at it is the innocence, the childlike brain we had, the creativity that we unfortunately seem to have lost over time. We were able to play Minecraft for hours and hours at a time, and now, I mean, I boot it up for like 5 fucking seconds, and oh boy, then I turn it off. It sucks. It really does, but people change, people evolve, and I'm not saying gaming isn't fun anymore, because it is. It's fun. There are so many games that capture my imagination in a different way now than I did when I was younger. I mean, my autistic brain couldn't play fucking Tetris for more than like 2 seconds. Now, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I mean, I couldn't play Tetris. It was good for my ADHD, not good for my autism. I couldn't sit there, you know? With ADHD, I was like, oh shit, it's like connecting the bricks together and making a layer. That's so satisfying. But then in my autistic brain, I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I want to go and watch YouTube on my Kindle, my fucking Amazon Kindle, and and you know what? It worked. It worked better than you know, my NES that I played the Tetris on worked fucking better than the Kindle, because trust me, that shit fucking broke every single time. But look, gaming is special, and if you're having those memories now, trust me, you're in the golden age. You're in the era of your life that when you're older, you're gonna want to get back. So spend it wisely, and make sure that every bit of gaming you do, you cherish, you hold on to for the rest of your life. Because if you don't have the memories that we did when we were younger, you're gonna think that you wasted your childhood. And I'm lucky I didn't. Because if I didn't have those memories, I think my life would have turned out a little bit different. Anyway, that's enough from me. I've been S, coming at you live from the Wi-Fi. I'll see you in the next one.